Okay, it is time to get up into my May wrap up. Yes. So first I finished the last 2 books in the Summer I Turned Pretty series. I genuinely love this series. I'm not going to get too much into it because I did a different post about it. I really love this series. If you haven't read it, it's the perfect time of year to get into it. I did like the show better, but the books were good. So I finished the last 2 books in that series, and then my book club read was Heart of the Lover by Lily King, and I absolutely devoured this book. I think it took me less than 24 hours to read it. It follows a woman as she navigates through life, love, loss, and there were a few moments that definitely had me in my feelings. This is part of a duology. This is technically the second book in a duology, but I'll talk about that later. This was probably a 4.5 star read for me. And for what I'm currently reading, The Correspondent by Virginia Evans. This book feels like getting a handwritten letter from your grandma, and it is written entirely like in the form of correspondence, like handwritten letters and emails, which she doesn't really prefer to do, but she does them sometimes. This feels so nostalgic to me, especially in an era where everything is digital. We do everything on our phones or on our computers, iPads, whatever, your watches, whatever. And it makes me want to start writing letters by hand again, because I think there's something so personal about writing a letter to your friend, to your grandma. I get it, it's easier to text and stuff, but this just, I don't know. There's something about it, and it gets to me, and I love this book. So back to our duology. This is Writers and Lovers by Lily King, and technically this is the first book in the series. And this book follows Casey after she's like recently lost her mom. She ends up in this like love affair, and may I say, the man, ick, no. Girl can do better, but she's basically trying to get back to her creative self, the way she envisioned herself, and so far from what I can get about this, that this is her journey to do that. I can't really tell. I know for the duology you don't have to read them in a particular order, but so far reading this, I don't really see how it's connected to Heart of the Lover, but time may tell. And then we have A Court of Silver Flame. It has taken me so long to get to this book, mostly because, do you see the size? It is huge, and I needed a little break from romantasy. Nesta is giving me whiplash. She is giving me absolute whiplash. Sometimes I'm like, yes, girl, slay queen. But then there's moments where she puts her foot in her mouth, and I'm like, girl, just think about it for a minute before you say it, please. I'm still like, in one of my previous like reels, I like mentioned how I didn't like Nesta. I'm like slowly retracting that, but I still have, it still gives me ick the way she treats Farah, and the way she knows that she treats Farah wrong. Like, I just, as a big sis, I can't imagine. But she has trauma, and I get it. So anyway, also, nobody warned me about the spice in this book. The spice in this book, y'all. I was listening to the audiobook at work, and I literally turned it off because I was so afraid that somebody would somehow hear the book, like, outside of my headphones. Even, like, I don't know. That's how spicy it was. And I'm here for it. And Cassian and Nesta, like, anyway, moving on. This. Last but not least, Yesteryear. This, if you look at my vlog on my YouTube channel, I kind of dive into what happened, but there was a whole book of the month fiasco, but I finally got this book. I had been highly anticipating getting this book and had to wait forever. So I started Yesteryear. I'm not very far in it. She wakes up, is very confused. She's like, this is my family, but this is not my family. So she books it. She gets out of the house and she just starts running. Her husband runs after her. Basically, I don't know if he tackles her or she trips, I don't remember, but she ends up in the ground. He's like pinning her down. She spits on him and he smacks her. And that is where I put the book down, and I'm like, so the drama is already dramaing. I will say, right off the bat, I don't like the main character of this book. Natalie, she ain't for me. She is so judgy, and I just can't get behind her. So I know that reading 4 books at once sounds like chaos, but I am such a mood reader, you guys. Like, there are some days where I will read a chapter out of every single one of these books, depending on the time of the day, depending on what's happened to me during the day. And there are some days where I am in Velaris all day long, you know? That's just how I am. But that is it for my May wrap-up. So, 2 things for you. I want to know, what is on your TBR for June that you think needs to be added to my ever-growing TBR list? It's a very long list, but I love to add to it, okay? I'm here for it. And 2, are you a 1 book at a time reader, or are you like me? Are you a mood reader? Do you read whatever suits your fancy? Okay, bye!